This is the Almag here at Golden Gate Park, and we have Ryan Lynch and Hannah Hunt of Dominant Legs, and we're just going to ask them a couple questions. So your latest album, Invitation, was released in late September of last year. How do you guys feel about that album, and how long did it take you guys to put it together?
I feel good about it. I'm proud of it, and it took it was a 2-week studio time, but I feel like it was much longer than that because the songwriting was done around the same time and through the next year after the EP came out. So
some of the songs we worked on a lot longer than others as a band, but yeah, the studio time itself didn't really felt a little rushed, I guess.
How would you say this album compares to the first shorter one in terms of style or sound?
I think it just sort of builds on the EP. I mean, obviously because there's even just more of us doing more things and more different opinions and stuff when building the songs and everything. And there wasn't any live drums at all on the original thing, so it's I think it's more fleshed out, bigger record.
Recorded at the same studio, so I think the sound is it's a pretty cohesive sound between the EP and the LP.
Let's see. Do you guys have any music idols or musicians that you seem to draw inspiration from?
I say Bruce Springsteen, but it's mostly inspiration because I don't I wouldn't try to sound like him because I think he's the boss and no one's gonna be the boss. And, and Bob Dylan, which I think lyrically those two are big influences, and mainly Bob because I think he was one of the best lyricists of all time. But they've always been for the longest inspiration for me from any other artists.
Oh, nice. Okay. Do you have anyone?
I guess in terms of vocal inspiration, on the EP, I was listening to a lot of Cocteau Twins when we recorded that, so I think I was trying to do a lot of kind of atmospheric stuff in terms of backup vocals, but I just wanted it to sound clean and kind of light and nothing abrasive, so always really restraining any abrasive sounds, I guess.
Where has been your favorite place to play so far?
Well, I always like going to New York, and the shows are usually have a pretty good turnout, and it's always fun to play at home. With all of our friends and stuff. But I feel like there's something on the tip of my tongue that
I really liked Monterrey, Mexico. It was probably the first. That was the first big. Any sort of festival situation, but I just felt people were really excited, and it was a first for us in a lot of ways. And that little trip was really fun.
Yeah. I'm not sure when we'll get back, but it was fun.
Okay. So, if there's one musician, dead or alive, that you guys could have dinner with, who would you choose?
Right now, I'd say Nile Rodgers because he's musically, guitar playing wise, is my biggest influence, and I just read his autobiography. So it answered a lot of questions I'd have, but it also gave me more questions to ask him. So
I'd stimulating. What has been one of the craziest or weird things to happen at one of your guys' shows? I think I can answer that.
When we were in New York on this last tour, someone had a package, package for us, and they were shaking it above their heads trying to get our attention. I made the mistake of picking it up. Someone who we had met in Houston a couple weeks, or the week before, had sent his friend in New York who was at the show this little mascot, I guess. It was a doll that was made out of caulking material, and it was shaped like a little piece of poo, wearing like a miniature version of
It had our
our
shirt on
T-shirt. There was a note with it, and it said, "You can put this on your keyboard."
So we kept it as like
Strange
our
moment.
mascot. For
But
the
like
rest of the
definitely a
tour,
very
we
fond,
put
very
it on
fond
stage.
moment. Yeah.
If you guys were an ice cream flavor, which flavor would you be and why?
I always get daiquiri ice from Baskin Robbins, but I don't really eat ice cream that much. But I would
Ryan
say
doesn't
that.
like dessert.
Oh, okay.
She says I lie when I say
I
that.
put it
but
in quotes because I've seen him really get down with sweets before.
certain times.
Okay. What would you guys say is the most rewarding part of what you do?
But initially, I like working on the songs the most. I mean, like all of it is rewarding, like playing live shows and stuff. But I just like getting together with everybody and like just creating new things, like a song that never existed before. Like I get it. Like I don't think that kick will ever like go away for me. Like I'll always be excited about working on new stuff.
Nice. I guess that's when you know you really love something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess the same thing. I like going into the studio and kind of figuring things out in there, but then also practicing, and I don't know, it's all been pretty good.
When you guys get on stage and you see the venue full of people, do you have like, what is the one thought that crosses your mind? How are you feeling?
Don't fall on stage. It's sort of like accepting an award. Don't trip on your way up.
Yeah. Okay.
No, well, I actually, that is true. You don't want to do anything stupid, but I mainly,
Really concerned about not embarrassing himself. That's
I just,
number one priority.
I want to put on a good show. Like it's when we did this last tour for the record, like it was the first time we really went out with all 5 of us. Like we originally, it was her and I, and then our drummer Renee joined. And so like before the record came out, we kind of started building the band, and it was just it was nice to like sort of become like a family on the road, and like but I always just like worry about like I'd like to perform well for the people that are there.
Yeah.
Just like, I mean, we're entertainers, you don't really think of yourself that way, but like you want to, do right. Like people are paying money,
Yeah.
So.
They want to come see you and have a good time.
Yeah.
So what about you, Hannah?
Seeing a venue full of people, I'm like flattered and happy. Very simple, emotional response.
Okay. Well, I think that is good. Thank you guys so much for your help. And is that
Sorry
you guys,
we're so late.
Yeah,
no
sorry.
problem.
Really
Thanks for
sorry about
making
that.
it in the end. Anyways, like, I'm glad you got your car started.
Yeah.
Good luck with your tour. I hope it goes well.